Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. That's a great welcome. I like that. My name is Dr. Trevon Fordham. I'm the director for the City of Columbia's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. And today is another great day in the City of Columbia because we get to come and stand together to highlight another very important cause, which is safe firearm storage. As you will see from the individuals that will be coming up to speak, they represent different organizations, but they're all community partners. Today marks the kickoff of the second annual National SMART Week, which is observed this year, August 25th through 29th. National SMART Week is part of a broader, more comprehensive effort to spread awareness about the importance of safe and secure firearm safety and storage to prevent gun violence. We have representatives here today that are leading this effort from Midlands Be SMART. And I won't share too much about their organizations because they'll come up and do that. But one thing I will say and one thing I will note is that this is a dedicated group of volunteers, and they lead this effort every single day. So not just today as we observe National SMART Week, but again, they do this work every single day. So I definitely want to say thank you and kudos to you all, along with the community partners that will also be coming up to speak. Another part of what I will say is that the City of Columbia has a long-standing relationships with Midlands Be SMART, efforts that date back to years. And it all goes back to promoting safe and secure firearm storage. Midlands Be SMART is an organization where its chapter has formalized the participation of numerous partners to include, of course, City of Columbia, Richland County, 9 Midland school districts, 16 law enforcement agencies, as well as 4 hospital systems. Be SMART relies on partners to share smart information about the importance of secure firearm storage to keep children safe. So today, as you hear from several of those community partners, but we also get the privilege of hearing from a few survivors. And they'll share some stories, but everything you will hear here today goes back to the mission of Midlands Be SMART. So on that note, I will open up and welcome up Mrs. Charlene Brown, who is a Midlands Be SMART volunteer. And she will tell us about the work that they do at Midlands Be SMART. Mrs. Brown.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Dr. Fordham. On behalf of Midlands Be SMART volunteers, we would like to express our gratitude to Councilman Tyler Bailey, Mayor Rickaman, and Dr. Trevon Fordham, the Director of the Neighborhood Safety and Engagement for the City of Columbia, for making this press conference possible and for truly recognizing the importance of this issue. Thank you, sir. In December of 2021, a group of Midlands School District, law enforcement agency, and hospital system together partnered with Be SMART to help reduce gun violence in the schools and communities. These partners formed a task force that has worked together on many initiatives to promote the education of our community on the principles of Be SMART, which is an educational program that promotes secure gun storage as a means to prevent children, teen, and unauthorized users from accessing guns and to help prevent the tragedies that can occur when they do. We are pleased to share that August 25th through 29th marks the second annual SMART Week. As students go back to school, SMART Week reminds adults that they have homework too. So here's your assignment. Storing all guns unloaded locked, and separated from your ammunition. That's our assignment. Thank you. Smart Week builds on the foundation of the Be Smart public education program to ensure that secure gun storage practices the norm in our community, especially as kids return to the classroom. We want to thank our Midlands Be SMART partners for their role in helping spread this important message over the past 3.5 years. That includes 10 school districts: Richland 1, Richland 2, Lexington 1, Lexington 3, Lexington 4, Lexington, Richland 5, Orangeburg, Sumter, Fairfield, and Calhoun. 17 law enforcement agencies, yes, which consist of our sheriff departments and police departments. Richland County, Lexington County, Fairfield County, Sumter County, Orangeburg County, Calhoun County, Winsboro, Swansea, Gaston, North, Sumter, Columbia, Orangeburg, Lexington, Batesburg, Leesville, Irmo, Pillion, and Forest Acres. And 2 hospital systems, MUSC and Prisma Health, to whom we are extremely indebted for providing funds for lots of Be Smart resources. With their support, we have distributed tens of thousands of Be Smart printed material, more than 5,000 gun locks, about 40,000 refrigerator magnets, and hundreds of flyers with the secure storage and vehicle message. And this year, Prisma Health has printed Be Smart posters that are being posted in every school in our partner district. That's over 260 schools. And they will be hung in areas where our parents frequent. Last but not least, we truly appreciate all of our Be Smart volunteers who are on the ground spreading the message about gun safety and proper gun storage. We could not achieve our mission without your dedication and hard work. Thank you. I want to just share a few statistics to emphasize the importance of secure storage of guns. Guns are now the leading cause of death for children and teens in America. Roughly 3 out of 4 school shooters gain access to gun used from the home of a parent or a close relative. Nearly 1/3 of guns deaths among children and teens under 18 are suicide, and nearly 80% of these deaths involve a gun belonging to a family member. In 2024, there were at least 13 unintentional shootings by children in South Carolina, and at least 7 of the gunfire on school ground resulted in a total of 7 deaths and 7 injuries. On an average, at least 1 gun is stolen from a car every 9 minutes in the U.S. And those guns stolen are often used in other crimes in the communities. Until 2021, Colombia was number 3 in the nation for rate of guns stolen from vehicles. But thanks to all of our partners' work to promote secure gun storage, in 2022, Colombia had dropped from number 3 to number 28 in the nation for rate of guns stolen from cars. Yes. While unfortunately, North Charleston and Greenville remain in the top 10. Whether you own a gun or not, Smart Week is for everyone. It's all about giving our friends and neighbor a simple clear steps that they can take right now to help prevent gun violence. We use the word SMART as our framework to educate our community. S, secure all guns in homes and vehicles. M, model responsible behavior around guns. A, ask about the presence of unsecured firearms in others' home your child may visit. R, recognize the role of guns in suicide. T, tell your peers to be smart. And lastly, we know that change happens every day through meaningful conversation with friends, family, neighbors, and community leaders. During Smart Week, let's help normalize conversation about secure firearm storage and spread the Be Smart message throughout our community to help save lives. If you would like to reach us, to learn more, or to join our effort, please contact us at midlandsbesmart@gmail.com. I repeat, midlandsbesmart@gmail.com. We also would like to invite you to attend our next Be Smart volunteer training at 2:30 p.m. on September the 20th at the main library on Assembly Street. Thank you so much for your support, and be smart. Thank you.
Thanks again, Ms. Brown, for all of that valuable information. Next, we'll have remarks from the law enforcement partners, Chief Holbrook, followed by Sheriff Lott.
Thank you, Trayvon. Good afternoon. Yes, we're wearing the same shirt. Let's acknowledge what's already obvious in the room. We text each other first thing in the morning. Always try to coordinate that. We have not talked about what we're going to talk about, but I know exactly what he's going to say, so I'm not going to take that away. Ms. Brown and Be Smart, thank you all for your partnership with the city and for what you're doing in the entire Midlands. This is an incredibly important subject, and it's something that I know the sheriff shares with me, and we are constantly messaging this: safe storage, responsible ownership, responsible care, and handling of a weapon. I'll say this: the numbers that I'm a stats guy, and it's encouraging. I can tell you right now, we got work to do because we're not trending very well this year. We saw a pretty significant decline last year, and we're not seeing that right now. And a lot of it has to do with our vehicles, and I know what he's going to say about this, and I hope everybody listens again. This is something that we all can control. That's what's frustrating from our perspectives is with taking a responsible approach to firearm storage and just securing our vehicles, we can immediately impact this issue that affects our community. And it does affect our community. It affects our young people. We lose children and young adults to gun violence on a daily basis in the Midlands. And we have the power individually to impact that and move that needle the opposite way through responsible gun ownership and storage. So thank you all for what you're doing to bring awareness to this. This is a great team that you've assembled here. I look forward to hearing from our new Richmond 1 superintendent, who has been fantastic to work with in just a short period of time he's been here. Brings a lot of excitement. So I think that's a great partner that we're onboarding. We just throw you into the deep end here, okay? You probably just got the invite, no notes or anything. So you're on. You're going to be on when you're up here, okay? Sheriff?
Your vehicle is not a holster. Don't leave your gun in it. It sounds real simple, but it's very important. Your vehicle is not a holster. Don't leave your gun in it. We have made some strides and educating our community not to do that. But we need to continue to push that education. Education is always the key to success in anything. It's not enforcement, it's education. So we have to continue to educate gun owners that your vehicle is not a holster, don't leave your gun in it. We can prevent young people from getting their hands on guns, committing crimes, killing each other, and shootings by doing our part, and that's not leaving guns in a vehicle. It's simple. When you get out of the vehicle, take your gun with you, lock it in the house. The S on Be Smart, secure your weapons in the house, but also in your vehicles. Unfortunately, every year we have young people who find a gun in the home that's unsecured, it's loaded, they play with it, and either they shoot someone else in the home or they shoot themselves. That is all preventable. We can prevent these crimes by just securing our firearms. So I'm just asking everybody, be part of the solution. Don't be part of the problem. You're part of the problem when you don't secure your firearms. Be part of the solution. And if we do that, working together, we can save a lot of lives. So Be Smart's been our partner from day one. We believe in it because they're out here educating every single day. These gun locks work. We give them out as much as we can. People use them. They need to use them. But remember, your vehicle's not a holster. Don't leave your gun in it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Holbrook, Sheriff Lott. Next, we will have some remarks by Marty Brown, who's a survivor, and following him will be remarks by Jamie Barnett.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Marty Brown, and I'm a parent, I'm an educator, and I'm a former military child. My dad served in the Navy for 25 years. Go Navy. Having guns and weapons in our household was normal for us. Some of my earliest memories are of sitting in my dad's lap while we shot at targets in the backyard. And of course, going along with that, my dad taught us gun safety. You were always to keep the gun pointed at the ground until you were ready to fire. You're supposed to make sure to unload a gun when you were done with it. Always check before handling a gun to ensure that it's not loaded, and always have adult supervision before handling the gun. Unless my dad was with me, I was never to get in the hall closet and get the handgun from the top of the shelf. But he never locked it up, so it was easy to reach with the stepladder. Luckily, I never did get my dad's gun without his permission, and neither did my sister, and neither did all of the neighborhood kids who were in and out of our house all the time. However, not all families are as lucky, including my own extended family. In January of 2014, our cousin's son Alex had a bad day. He'd had an argument with his dad, and things just weren't going his way. Like my dad, Alex's father didn't feel the need to lock up his gun because he had taught Alex how to handle it safely. But that day, when he was so tired and he was feeling upset, Alex got his dad's gun and he shot himself in the head. He was 10 years old. My son was 8 at the time, and Alex was his friend and his favorite cousin. It's hard to explain to an 8-year-old that their cousin, their playmate, is gone and never coming back. My son decided then and there that he would become a scientist so he could build a time machine to go back to save Alex from using the gun. Obviously, it is too late to save our cousin's son's life, but it is not too late to prevent this tragedy from happening to other families. And that's why I appreciate everything that the Be Smart organization has done to get the message out about storing guns safely. And just the simple act of securing a firearm can save a child's life. It's up to us to make sure that our kids have safe and happy childhoods free from gun violence. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jamie Barnett. I live here in Columbia. My sons live over in Sumter. On the 6th of April of 23, I was on my way early in the morning to work over at Shaw Air Force Base. when I got a frantic call from my son's stepfather that I needed to get there now, and I could tell something was dreadfully wrong. And I said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "It's Tim," which is my 13-year-old son. "He's no longer with us." I said, "What's happened?" And he said, he shot himself. I remember pulling up to the scene. Something clicked in me, and I just drove up to the scene almost like a law enforcement officer. I was in the military 20 years, and the adrenaline took over. And so I was just trying to keep everybody calm down. I still see the emergency lights when I pull up to the house now to pick them up. I really hate going to that house. Over time, we would learn that Timothy, this was months later, things were not exactly handled appropriately by local law enforcement over there, but we won't get into all that. He was sextorted on the internet by a predator that we now know is in Nigeria, still on the loose, who posed as a child his age, a little girl, sent him some pictures, enticed him to send some images of himself, and when he did, they disclosed who they were, and they wanted a ransom, or else they were going to share these images and then shame him with all of his friends on social media. And so he decided that was too much to bear. I can imagine being 13 and this going through my mind as well. Unfortunately, stepfather had left the gun secured in the glove box, which so many do. I've forgiven the stepfather. You know, like the lady before me said, I was brought up with the same mentality on storing weapons like this, but I do believe, had that weapon been properly secured, that it may have given Timothy more time to think about it and maybe come to one of us and try to solve this issue. And so I can see what the sheriff and the chief are saying. It seems to be ramping up. I watch WIS every night, not just suicides like my son's involved in, just shootings. I live over in the St. Andrews community. I've experienced gun violence since I've been there. We found out we had squatters and various things in the neighborhood, and when we got public about it, they decided to fire off about 5 to 7 gunshots in an attempt to intimidate me, which sadly failed, and we are still working on that over there. Just the other day, there was a shooting at the Stop and Go convenience store, again, which seems to be about every 2-month thing over there. So I've encouraged people in our neighborhood to stay away from that business, because these criminals are obviously getting the guns somewhere, likely out of stolen vehicle, or out of stealing them out of vehicles and other places. So we appreciate all your support in the community, and we'll keep chipping away.
Thanks, Marty and Jamie, for sharing those remarks. And as you can hear, simply practicing safe firearm safety and storage can actually save lives. Next, we will hear from Mr. Hayward John from the Orangeburg County School District, followed by Dr. Todd Walker, the superintendent of the Richland 1 School District, then Mrs. Darcy Rush, who's the senior communications officer for Richland School District 2, followed by Ms. Laura Peck from Prisma Health, the injury prevention coordinator.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Marty and Jamie, for your courage. Repeat after me, be smart. Be smart. Really simple message. It's a simple message, but to me it's a clarion call. It's a clarion call that we must do the right thing, not just do something, but the right thing. In Orangeburg County School District, we want our youth and our families to know that it is cool to be smart. And our mission in that district includes the declaration of our commitment to nurture the academic, physical, social, and emotional well-being of all. That ripple effect of gun violence, it threatens every aspect of a child's academic, physical, social, and emotional well-being. In Orangeburg County, we are intentional about forming and sustaining relationships that support the overall goal of Be Smart. Our collaborative partnerships consist of parent groups, our student advisory council, because we are intentional about hearing the voices of our youth, all our law enforcement agencies, parents, MUSC, our local technical college and universities, and our superintendent himself goes out into the community to engage stakeholders. Our assistant superintendent of student services, myself, communications, and several members of our district are engaged and immersed in community engagement and empowerment. For me, the M in Be Smart is probably my favorite of all, because the M in Be Smart stands for being the model. I truly believe in order for our children to be smart, adults have to be smart with regard to modeling gun safety, because our youth are our mirror reflection. It's as if we are the advertisement for adulthood. What we passionately promote, what we celebrate consistently, will become what they promote and what they celebrate consistently. What better promotion and celebration than the celebration of our youth surviving and thriving in life? So we are very grateful for the leaders of Be Smart, and Orangeburg County School District remains committed to doing our part in fulfilling that vision. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Certainly quite an honor to be part of this collaborative initiative. I am new to Columbia. I'm new to Richland School District 1 as superintendent, but certainly the issue of gun violence is not a new issue to me. I've been impacted personally by gun violence, a nephew and an uncle that tragically were the victims of gun violence. And so as I reflect on the importance of being smart, it really is around this concept of collectivity. And I believe strongly that collective issues have to have a collective effort in order to solve them. I also believe that whenever purpose is not known, abuse and misuse are inevitable. And so we have to be very clear on the purpose of a gun and the purpose of how you store a gun, of how you use a gun, and how you don't use it. Unless we're clear on that, this issue will continue to be one that unfortunately we face at a prolific rate. And so I am very proud as the superintendent of Richland School District 1 to support this effort. I think that it's going to take partnership, not just in our school district, but with other school districts, and I appreciate your comments. I believe also that people gravitate towards what we celebrate, repetitiously communicate, and monitor. And so we have to be effective at our communication. We have to be effective at what we celebrate, and something like being smart is the right thing to celebrate. And we have to be effective in how we repetitiously communicate this very important message. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you to the law enforcement agencies that are represented here, government officials, as well as other school officials and other those that are part of nonprofits and others. We cannot do this work in isolation. We look forward to working with you together. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm going to say the obvious. It is strange being on this side of a press conference. But the message is still true. It still holds true. 27 years as a journalist, gun safety has always been something that has been so important to our community. And I take great pride standing in this position as the Senior Chief Communications Officer for Richland District 2, continuing to beat that same drum of pride. So on behalf of Dr. Kim Moore and the senior leadership of Richland School District 2, it is an honor to join you today. Standing alongside so many dedicated partners who care deeply about the safety of our children and families is both humbling and it is inspiring. For years, Richland School District 2 has been proud to work with Be Smart volunteers to promote responsible gun ownership and awareness. What began as sharing resources with parents has grown into something much larger. It is a movement that brings together school districts, hospitals, law enforcement, school and community leaders. Now, back in 2021, with the support of our school board, we signed a memorandum of understanding that launched a truly groundbreaking partnership. And today, that partnership continues to grow, and every new organization that joins strengthens our ability to make our schools and our neighborhoods safer. We are grateful to the City of Columbia and Richland County and to every single volunteer who pours out their time and their passion into this effort. Initiatives like Be SMART Week shine a light on what's possible when we work together, raising awareness, building connections, and reaffirming our shared responsibility to protect children. So today, we celebrate progress, but we also celebrate our recommitment. Gun safety is not just a school issue. We know it is a community issue. And together we can make a lasting difference. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Laura Peck. I'm the Injury Prevention Coordinator and Trauma Survivors Network Coordinator at Prisma Health Richland Hospital. We are the Level 1 Trauma Center for the Midlands, so we are seeing the most serious injuries coming to our facility. Gunshot wounds, unfortunately, are the number 3 reason people come to the Trauma Center at Richland with an injury. And so we are focused on raising awareness and educating the public about firearm safety. As the Midlands' only Level 1 trauma center, Prisma Health Richland treats patients with gunshot wounds nearly every day. And we see the physical, the emotional, and the social impact on those patients and their families. In the first 6 months of 2025, our trauma team treated 113 patients with gunshot wounds as the result of community violence, unintentional injury, and self-inflicted injuries. Prisma Health began our partnership with Be SMART in 2019. As part of our memorandum of understanding with all of our partners, the healthcare systems have coordinated the printing and distribution of the education materials and gun locks to our partners with Be SMART, the Be SMART volunteers, law enforcement agencies, the schools, and within our own healthcare systems. Prisma Health is committed to keeping our community safe and prevent tragedies by increasing awareness of firearm safety and proper storage. And I think we have some goodies to give to our school district partners so that they can work to get the message out to our parents and visitors to our schools. And so again, part of our effort within the healthcare system was to print the posters that can be hung in the schools, postcards, and to purchase the firearm locks for law enforcement. So we have those posters for you here today, and we'll make sure you are able to leave with those to get them to your schools.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm at large Councilman Tyler Bailey, so I have the pleasure of serving everybody in the City of Columbia. And before I get started, I want to recognize a couple of elected officials here. We have Commissioner Jamie Devine for Richland School District 1. If you can give him a round of applause. And we also have Representative Beth Bernstein, who's also here, and she has taken a special interest in curbing gun violence by introducing a bill that made it criminally negligent to have a firearm stored at your home unsafely. So thank you for your work in this space. Last week, I had the pleasure of hosting a group of international elected officials from all across the country, the world. And one question I was asked is, how could a local body curb gun violence when we don't have the power to legislate on the issue? And the answer to those questions are what we're doing today. By supporting initiatives like Be SMART, we can stop young people and kids from accessing firearms negligently and can save lives. And in 2009, I lost a friend of mine. His name is Theo Williams. He was the captain of the Hampton University basketball team. And his senior year, just a few months before graduation, he was shot accidentally when his friend mishandled the firearm in the car. He never graduated. He was a finance major, captain of the basketball team, and he would have went on to go do great things. And by having initiatives like Be Smart, we could stop unintentional shootings, unintentional suicides of young people, and we can curb gun violence. So thank you all, the community, the partners who are in this space trying to reduce gun violence. And at the City of Columbia, we're proud to further that work. And so with no further ado, I'd like to present this proclamation today to Be Smart. And on behalf of Mayor Daniel Rickman and the entire City of Columbia Council, we're proclaiming August 25th through 29th as Smart Week. And we look forward to furthering the work that we're all doing. Thank you. And Trayvon, I'm sure we'll take a picture afterwards, right? With the proclamation? Thank you.
And so, you've heard from multiple community partners, law enforcement partners, education partners, government officials, survivors, and just people who genuinely care. It's all about working together to save lives by encouraging secure firearm storage. And again, today's press conference is just another step in the work that's done every single day. We want to continue these opportunities, not just because it's National Smart Week, but again, this work every single day. So I want to also highlight some of the work and some of the partnerships through the City of Columbia. Of course, with law enforcement, handing out, not just doing educational settings, firearm and safety trainings, but also providing gun locks at different events. The city's public relations, media, and marketing, who created videos that emphasized and stressed safe firearm storage, and they'll be posting those on the social media channels as well. The city's Parks and Recreation. Last year, Director Kenya Bryant, we sat down and we spoke with, and he spoke with Midlands Be SMART, and they talked about how they wanted the message to be spread a little bit further. So those posters that you see right there at all of the major parks in the City of Columbia, those posters have been there. Those posters have been there. In addition to other literature, other printed materials, to talk about being smart when it comes to securing and firearm safety. In addition to that, the city is also working to continue as far as updating Be Smart firearm storage safety videos and looking at other ways to continuously partner with Midlands Be SMART. So during this week, we hope to reach more people and ensure that safe and secure firearm storages not only is a practice, but it becomes the norm in our communities. So as children return to schools, as you heard earlier, it really is the main reason why we're all here, to show that continued united front of community partners working together. So in summary, we're asking everyone to practice safe firearm storage by being smart. And the S is for securing all your firearms in your home and vehicles. The M is for modeling responsible behavior around firearms. The A is for asking about the presence of unsecured firearms in homes of others. The R is for recognizing the role of firearms in suicide. And the T is for telling your peers to be smart. Again, this week is all about just education, more opportunities for that. So as we leave here today, I'd like to remind everybody of what Smart Week is all about, and it's a community-wide effort that will make sure that we all work together to be smart. Because we know that change doesn't just happen overnight, but it happens daily through meaningful interactions, meaningful engagement, meaningful conversations, as Mrs. Brown said. And that starts with family members, friends, colleagues, folks in schools, law enforcement partners, parents and guardians as well too. Let's normalize conversations about safe firearm storage in our homes and around our communities. With that, I'll just leave this last message. Let's all continue to be smart.